Hey guys, it's Shan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I produce beauty and fashion content. I do vlogs and I touch on a little bit of everything for us girls. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell and please give me some thumbs up, guys. It really helps my channel out. So, today we will be doing a stew peas video, okay? And if you're Jamaican or if you have Jamaican friends or listen, I don't know who don't know stew peas, alright? But trust me, I just get a craving for stew peas like once every week. You guys, I'm on my fitness journey, but one thing that I can't cut out is a plate of stew peas and rice, white rice. Alright, I'm not doing no healthy brown rice, white rice, a big heaping of white rice and stew peas. So, y'all know, I will confess by now that I'm a bit of a stew peas connoisseur, if I may say so myself. Like my stew peas ain't never failed, okay? So, if you want to learn how to make it, I'm going to walk it through with you. And be sure to tell me how it went in the comments, because this stew peas will blow your mind. Alright? So, yeah. Go ahead and watch this video and tell me what you think.
Came from favelas, living a life like novelas. She getting money, respect. Listen, real bitches, fiesta.
Esta noche tengo.
So the first thing that we do is put our peas to cook. So I'm using red kidney beans, or red peas as we call it. I also prefer to use the kidney beans that are loosely packaged or come in bulk, not the one in the can. I find that the one in the can doesn't have as much flavor as the loosely packaged ones, so I prefer to use the bulk one. This is roughly about half pound of peas, so depending on how much stew you're making, that would determine how much you're gonna need. And I put this to boil for about 20 minutes. I season the pot with pimento, thyme, and you're gonna add some garlic to help to tenderize the peas also. I'm using a regular pot today, but you can use your pressure cooker. It will be done much quicker. After this comes to a boil, you can add your meats to the pot. So let's go ahead and get our meats prepped. So for my stew peas, I like to have both pigtail and beef. So I use beef stew, right? So you see how pretty and yummy this beef is looking. So for pigtail, of course, if you're not a pork eater, you can definitely omit the pigtail, but I personally love the flavor that it adds to stew peas. So pigtail comes in brine, so it's pretty salty. So in order to get the salt out, you're gonna have to boil it 2 times. So you're gonna scald it, as we say, in boiling hot water for about 5 minutes. Discard that water, add some more cold water, and boil it again for another 5 minutes. After that, most of the salt should be out. You don't want all of the salt to come out of your pigtail because it does help to flavor the stew. And then you can put it aside. So for my beef, all I did was wash it with some vinegar, of course, and then I seasoned it with some Maggi All Purpose and some Grace seasonings. Please do this about like at least an hour before you start, because you want your beef to be well seasoned. So give it at least an hour before starting to cook. So here I show you a little snippet of how I prep my seasonings. Here I'm cutting some scallion or green peppers, and I use both a mixture of powdered seasonings and fresh seasonings for my stew peas. So I cut some garlic, some scallion, here's some scotch bonnet pepper, some thyme, pimento, and also I have some powdered seasonings. So this is just a rough amount of what I use. and I'm gonna use some of this powdered seasoning to season my beef, and then I'm gonna also use another portion to season the stew. So I'm using the all-purpose from Grace, ginger, pimento, mint, of course my Maggi All Purpose, I have to have that on deck, and some garlic powder, right? Also, at this point, you would make your dumplings or your little spinners, and all you need to make that dough is your counter flour, and you add some water and you put it down to set. So our peas has been boiling, and we just finished with our pigtail that was freshly scalded off. So we're gonna add our pigtail, and we're gonna add a bit of the seasonings that we just prepped, some of the fresh seasonings to the stew, and we're gonna cover it and have it boil. Then we're gonna add our beef a little bit later. So just to show you guys a snippet of how I do my rice, I told you I like a heaping of rice with my stew peas. So this is just some jasmine rice along with some chiffon butter and some thyme, and this is how shelly and nice it's looking. So here our peas are maybe halfway boiled. As you see, they're not looking as wrinkled, so they're getting there. As I said, you can definitely opt to use a pressure cooker. It will be done in maybe half the time. I was just using my pressure cooker for something else this day. And we added our beef. We see that our beef is cooking nicely along with our pigtail. So we're gonna give this about an hour to really cook down. So here I'm just mixing my coconut milk. I like to mix it outside of the pot because when you put it directly in the pot it can be lumpy. I honestly prefer Maggi coconut milk as my go-to, but I had Grace coconut milk today, so that's what I use. I use a pack, and there's gluten-free options, guys. Or if you are not into coconut milk, you don't have to put it, but coconut milk to me really enhances the flavor of almost anything. I love some coconut milk. So you're gonna add your coconut milk to the stew once the peas and the meats are cooked. Then you'll add your coconut milk and your final seasonings to the pot. So at this point, our meat and our peas are pretty much cooked, and we're gonna add in our coconut milk. Everything is gonna cook for and at this point you're also adding the rest of your powdered seasonings. So you're gonna be adding your Maggi season up, you're gonna be adding some black pepper and some of your Grace powdered seasonings, and of course all of your fresh herbs would have been in the stew already. And also from the dough that we prepared earlier, we're gonna be adding some spinners to the mix. So we're just gonna pinch off a tiny amount of dough because we don't want no big spinners in our stew peas. Well, I don't like them big. And we're just gonna roll them right by the pot and drop them in. And these will cook in about 15 minutes, and this is how your stew should be looking. Guys, please try out this recipe. It's something that me and my family really enjoy, and please comment if you try it and love it, and tell me what you'd like me to make next. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.
Hey.